Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Iyori Folari. Okay, you know, it mixes in with our social life, education, and all of that. Actually, that's my own roundabout way of opening up on the topic, how to grow the economy through Polytechnic education. That's our theme today. That's our subject matter. And this is coming up, shall we say, in the build-up to the 45th anniversary of the Federal Polytechnic ILARO. Well, I have the person who can best talk about this whole matter because he is the rector of the Federal Polytechnic ILARO, Dr. Mukail Aremu Akinde. Dr. Akinde, good morning and thank you very much.
Good morning. I'm pleased to be here.
Indeed.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Our pleasure, always. It's the 45th anniversary. And so this is coming from what, when it was first established? Well, 45 years ago.
45 years ago.
45 years ago. And the Polytechnic must have grown in leaps and bounds. Apart from it being the 45th anniversary on Wednesday the 19th, and that's why we're, building up to it. It's also going to be the occasion of the 22nd convocation ceremony.
Yes.
So there's quite a lot going on, and indeed there will be a convocation lecture. But we'll get into some of those, shall we say, domestic details as we go along. But maybe I should start off by, first of all, congratulating you on, reaching this milestone, 45th anniversary. It's no joke. But also to quickly sort of jump into the topic of the Japa syndrome, because you're in education. And how much of a concern is that to you?
That's very interesting. But I will not start that way. I want to allow my viewers to know that the Federal Polytechnic ILARO was created 1979, 45 years ago. A child born in 1979 is 45 years today. That's a long milestone.
Indeed.
Very indeed. Now, in the academics that we are, the Japa syndrome, the brain drain, under the Renew Hope agenda of the Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is biting on the Polytechnic. In the academics, the lecturers are leaving, going abroad to do one thing or the other because of maybe they felt that the salary is poor here. They are having better salary abroad. Job mobility, that's what we call labor mobility, is international. You can move from one country to the other where you think you are better off. That's what is happening. I think since 2022 to date, I can tell you that we have lost about 150 academic staff traveling abroad in mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, mention them to other universities. So, and we are really solving that brain drain, and that's what necessitated that topic. That topic was actually approved by the academic board to look at it. How do we navigate around it? What is the solution? And we have a better discussion who is coming to do so on Wednesday 19, February 2025. That is the Inspector General of Police, Oh,
the Inspector General will be delivering
it's the one that will be delivering that convocation lecture. To actually unfold to the graduates to see why we need to stay in this country. The President has assured us that it's retooling the economy. Why don't we stay in our country to develop our country? Where we are running to wasn't built in a day. After all, that they said that London Bridge was not constructed in a day. So we need to start doing some things to have hope in this country. And you can see the direction where the president is going, trying to rejig every aspect of the economy to have confidence so that the youth can stay in this country, work, and better for it. So that's the essence of that topic. So I know that the Inspector General of Police will give us the leadway to that paper, and the youth that we discuss, that will be listening to us on that day, will learn a lot of things and have hope in the country. The country is good. We have a lot of resources, human and capital. Why do we need to leave the country? Why can't we stay in our country to make it better like other countries? Dubai got independence in 1974. Much later, look at what it is today. It is leader that changed the country. Even look at Singapore. The leader, I think, Lee Kuan Yew. Look at what he did to Singaporean today and what it is today. So that's what our leader today is doing. So let us see the way that topic will be discussed by the IGP on Wednesday next week. The momentum is on, sir. And I'm thinking that the TVC with this state-of-the-art facility will grace the occasion to come and see what is happening, because Federal Polytechnic ILAROPOLY is one of the best in this country.
Okay, now talking about that, because let me go there. This whole matter about, you've just spoken about quality, and so I was going to say, do you see the Federal Polytechnic ILARO as a center of excellence? Because, and I take that as the lead up to the other question I was going to touch on, which is that, okay, there's also this debate about university education or polytechnic education, and there's thought to be some, is there some argument? In fact, what is the role of polytechnics? We sort of know them as more technically minded, more hands-on, much more than theoretical, but you are the expert. Tell us the basic difference in polytechnic education and university education. Because oftentimes both of them, have qualifications, some of them have qualifications from both institutions.
You are being factual. I will tell you the difference between the two institutions. Yes, I have also passed through the university as well as the Polytechnic. Let me inform you that I have both ND and HND of the Federal Polytechnic in ILARO. Okay. I was. Oh,
you're actually a homegrown ILARO boy. ILARO, yes. In quotes.
Yeah, I'm the first alumnus that will be the rector of that Polytechnic, and that I've also been to very great universities like University of Lagos, University of Ibadan. I've also been to Korean University, the best university in Nigeria, where I got my PhD. The difference between Polytechnic and university education is straightforward. You have said it, hands-on skill. Okay. At the university, the model, they come up with theory. They hypothesize theory about, for example, the camera in front of me, how does it look like and all that. But at the Polytechnic, we want to apply that theory to make sure that that thing comes to workability. What am I saying? In an economy, we have the demand and we have the supply side. The Polytechnic actually take care of the supply side in terms of industrialization. How do we have equipment that we can use to do a lot of things that we import? And that so that when our students get to the market, they are not really looking for a job. They become employer of labor. That's why you see that our graduates can use their hands better than their counterparts in the university. Okay. You see, what is causing this problem is that, we have what we call certificate illusion. What is certificate illusion? I have BSc, I have PhD, I have professor, I have this, I have professor, and all that. Without asking, what can you do with your hand? I think now what we should be talking about is if I want to work here, go to the camera, let's say I want to operate it. Can you operate it? Can you do this? Can you do that? That should give you a job. Okay. Not the certificate you have and all that. So what we do in the Polytechnic, more practical. We focus really on practical, hands-on skill. What can you do with your hands? How do you use for example, if you're a mechanical engineering student, how do you fix the problem in the vehicle? Not that you be an engineer that cannot screw or unscrew a vehicle and you say you're an engineer. So that's what we do. If you're a builder, we want to teach you how you construct a building that will not collapse. That's what we do in Polytechnic.
I was wondering, so really, there would be, you often hear the expression skill gaps, and first of all, skill gaps, universities will be filling some of those gaps. The polytechnics generally will be filling some of those gaps. Or is that not factual? Is it that, it's actually the polytechnics that fill these gaps?
We should be filling the gap. Sometimes last year, let me give you this information. I was at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport to take a friend coming from US back home. And I saw a lot of Indians, Lebanese, a lot of foreigners coming into the country. I asked a question, what were these people coming to do in the country? They said they were actually going to Dangote. We have out of the very good refinery in Lagos here. They said they are going to that refinery for welding and fabrication and all that. You look at that. The job that Nigerians should be doing, we are also looking for what we call a quota from people from abroad to come and do that job. The job of the Polytechnic is to provide skilled labor that should be able to do that kind of welding and fabrication. For example, at Federal Polytechnic ILARO, we have welding and fabrication. I want to tell you that our students in that department can do various kinds of welding, including underwater welding. Okay. You know, there's modern technology now whereby you can weld inside the water and you fix this pipe and all that. We have a lot of equipment being supplied by the federal government of Nigeria to actually teach the youth on how to do a lot of things like that. So imagine if you have many polytechnics running welding and fabrication. Why do we need to still be relying on people abroad coming to do welding and fabrication for us? And Dangote, look at the amount of money that we can be earning. A friend of mine went to a university in Germany to do PhD. When he was there, he was puzzled that only the Africans were in that university studying. Most of this developed world, they have left certification trying to learn what they can do with their hands, because that is what actually developed the economy. If you want to drive the economy, look at our economy, where we used to import almost everything. In such an economy, we need Polytechnic in the way that we train students that can do a lot of things with their hand rather than being theoretical. That's why I've said earlier on that in our own Polytechnic, the course curricular is 60% practical, 40% theory. And we normally do it so that you want to see what you do with your hands in whatever discipline you are into, such that when you are out, you are ready for the market. Even though if there is no white-collar job, you can start a job on your own, because we have an entrepreneurship center that we normally train them on how to do tailoring, how to make do fabrication, how to, for example, make beads. We do a lot of entrepreneurial work, because we do not want people to go out to be looking for a job. That's the difference between polytechnics and university.
How does the